Are you familiar with sustainable tourism? When you plan your trip, do you factor in the environment or economy? I know that when I used to plan a trip, I just had one thing in mind, and that was to get away to enjoy my vacation. I never really paid attention to how I was affecting our planet or the local people of the places I was visiting. For this reason, I want you to become aware of sustainable tourism. Let me begin with the following. Sustainable tourism is when you are visiting as a tourist and are trying to make a positive impact on the environment, society, and economy while still enjoying your vacation. Bulis and Fletcher, 1992, cited in NINCAMP, 1999, page 2, point out the fact that sustainable tourism means that the demand from a growing number of tourists is satisfied in a way which continues to attract tourists while the needs of host communities are met through the improvement of their life standard, the environment, and the cultural heritage, and the destinations are safeguarded. When we travel to rural locations, local communities benefit through economic development, job creation, infrastructure development, and tourism should contribute to creating and developing new jobs for resident inhabitants and indirectly increase the living standard and quality of life. Sustainability is gradually becoming one of tourism's greatest focus. So here I have a picture of a local woman from Peru. They brew their own beer, and so by you purchasing like local tours, you help the community. So the money that you spend goes directly into the communities. So this will help preserve also their cultural heritage, and you'll gain knowledge of what their life is really like. So let's move on to responsible tourism. This is pretty much about making better places for people to live in and better places for people to visit. This is where operators, hotels, governments, local people, and us, the tourists, take responsibility and take action to make tourism more sustainable. Being a responsible tourist means that you are sensitive to potential dangers and seek to protect tourist destinations. For example, culture, politics, and the economy of the communities visited can be affected, and if you respect the local cultures, their expectations and assumptions, you will help conserve their cultural heritage and traditional values. Now, I will move on to how we practice sustainable tourism and become responsible tourists. With the number of people traveling expected to increase to 1.8 billion by the year 2030, we must take action to make sure that we are doing everything possible to aid in sustainable options. When you plan your next trip, please educate yourself on the place you are visiting so that you can be a responsible tourist. For example, you can skip on housekeeping, you can reuse your towels, you can use glassware instead of plastic, you could ride a bike or walk instead of driving, you can also ride a train, and pretty much just go green. You can also contact the NGOs, which is a non-governmental organization that specializes in the environment. You can find different groups such as Friends of Earth, Greenpeace, and many other organizations. So pretty much just go green next time you travel. So let me end with the following. No matter where you travel, please remember that we have the capability to practice in sustainable tourism. You lose nothing by taking part in it, and you get a guarantee that the beautiful forest, mountain town, or pristine beach you spend a few delightful days in will be thriving far into the future, and when you return in the future, it will be there waiting for you and your generations to come. So I invite you to practice sustainable tourism and become a responsible tourist next time you plan your next trip. You can also Google different ways to become a responsible tourist. You can consider offsetting your carbon footprint. You can, when you take pictures of local people, you can ask permission, because some places, they take that like you're not being a responsible tourist. There's also a lot of things to do, like just Google a lot of things of how you can go green and just become a responsible tourist. So again, I invite you to become a responsible tourist and enjoy your next vacation. Thank you. Oh my God.